if he had existed, he couldn't have said that. Are we clear? Hold on a question now. Let me get back to where I was now as far as the tongue speaking. Okay, now, notice what it says in what verse it says, in my name you shall speak with new tongues. What verse is that?
17.
Verse 17. It actually says, and you shall lay hands on the sick, and the sick shall recover. Now come on, let's be honest. The verses in Mark 16, 9 through 20, Dave, Brittany, and Sandra, and everybody else, these verses are the foundation of the Pentecostal church. The whole Pentecostal movement is based on, in my name, these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name, you shall lay hands on the sick, and the sick shall recover, which y'all see written in red there. And if you drink any deadly thing, it won't hurt you. And you shall speak with new tongues.
Which is something that was added.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Now what's deep is when you have a denomination built on verses that were added centuries later into the Bible. Now already I've said enough to make you suspect. You follow what I'm saying? In a court of law, I've just already added what's called reasonable doubt. To have case dismissed. You follow what I'm saying? But for some that's not enough. So let's go further. Okay, because you had an experience. I had the same experience. She had experience. He had experience. Those who came from the Pentecostal church. And then others here, Valerie, we've had this experience of speaking in tongues. So let's break it down some more, because let's show you now how they use verses out of the Bible to say something it doesn't say, to create this doctrine. Okay. Now that we've gotten Mark 16 out of the way, let's go to Acts 2. Acts 2. Acts 2, the second chapter of Acts, the foundation for real. Why is the Pentecostal church called the Pentecostal church? Because of what happened on the day of Pentecost. Right? That's why it's called the Pentecostal church. The Baptist church is called the Baptist church because John was a Baptist. I'll never forget, I had a brother, he argued me down. John was a Baptist. Yes, he was. I said, no, he wasn't no Baptist. Yes, he was. The Bible called him John the Baptist. In his head, that was it, man. There was no discussion on it. Okay? Actually, it should say John the Baptizer. You see what I'm saying? Okay? Acts 2. Got it? What does it say? Start first verse.
And when the day of Pentecost was fully come.
Now, these verses sound familiar, Dave, Brittany, Sandra? Others from Pentecostal background? Yes, they do. I mean, these verses here, those of us from Pentecostal background, these verses were drilled in us growing up. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come,
they were all with one accord.
Now check this out. They were all with what?
With one accord.
You mean tell me they were all on the same note?
In one place.
They were all with one accord.
Yes.
I'm lingering on that because we just read where God dispersed them because they were on one accord. Right? Okay? But they were all with one accord. What? And what else?
And suddenly there came a sound there.
Now, so that you know, according to the latter part of the book of Luke, these 120 Galilean Hebrews. What culture did I just say? Galilean Hebrews, according to the biblical text. I didn't say Africans. I didn't say Mesopotamians, Cappadocians, Pamphylians. No. The people that we're talking about was 120 Galilean Hebrews who were in something called the upper room, waiting for the Holy Ghost to come, or waiting for the promise of the Comforter, right? And we read, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all, what with one accord, where?
In one place.
In one place, meaning in the upper room, and what happened?
And suddenly there came a sound.
Whoa! Now let's break it down. 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 Let's get analytical here again. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind. Look at the person nearest you and say, there was no wind. Now follow this. It didn't say there was wind. It said there was a sound as of a rushing mighty wind. Y'all got this? So they heard what sounded like a windstorm. Okay? There was no wind blowing in the room. Okay? Go ahead, brother. What else?
And it filled all the house where they were sitting.
The wind or the sound? The sound, right. And what else happened?
And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire.
And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire. Now notice the phenomena here, if you want to make note. The first phenomena is they heard what sounded like wind. The second phenomena is they saw what looked like flames of fire. And where did they see what appeared to be flames of fire? What did it do?
And it sat upon each.
And it sat upon each of them. So in other words, the other part of this phenomena is the people in the upper room saw what looked like flames of fire on top, resting on people. It wasn't flames of fire. Because if the flames of fire, they would have burned up. Hair would have been on fire. You got me?
Yeah.
It appeared what looked like flames of fire, and it sat upon each of them. That's the second phenomenon. The first phenomenon is they heard what sounded like a windstorm. The second phenomenon is there appeared what appeared to be cloven tongues like as of fire. And what's the third phenomenon?
And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost.
And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost.
And began to speak with other tongues.
Uh-oh, now here we come down to the epitome of this whole thing. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost and began to speak with other tongues. Now, in our experience, and we're going to read some more there, okay? But see, the problem is, Brother Dave, we all stopped at that verse right there. And our growing up, brother, that was enough right there to make you tired. That was enough right there to put us on our knees and to have us say, Jesus, 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 until that happened to us. You know, you were there too, right? You see, this is what they did. That's the danger of taking a verse out of the Bible and trying to apply it or make it applicable. The Pentecostal church wants to reenact what they think happened on the day of Pentecost. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Y'all writing this down? Making your notes now, right? So you can represent it. The Pentecostal church wants to make people relive or reenact what supposedly or what they think happened on the day of Pentecost. The only problem I have with the Pentecostal church is this.